So a couple of days back, we covered this video and we listened to white people talk about how they've lost their humanity and don't have souls and have to steal souls from other people, to get going. Yeah, that was something scary, definitely, but educative and just altogether eye-opening. I mean, it's something we already know and we've been saying, but to see and hear them say it, that's different. To see them realize this about themselves and talk about it like they did, especially the guy in the middle, how he went about educating. But yeah, if you've not seen this video, fam, you really need to go see it. It's something. That's why I would say it's something. Today we are looking at something different. Still in the line of this video and in the branches of white people coming out and telling us why they are the way they are and why they act the way they act.
So stitch this and tell me something that white people aren't ready to hear.
White women don't have any internal power. They wield the power of the men around them, their husbands, their fathers, their sons. White women didn't have autonomy for a long time, so we were taught to sexually exploit ourselves and emotionally manipulate those around us in order to do the things we wanted to. White women do not teach their daughters about internal power. It is not something that is passed on, and due to that fact, white women are intimidated by and jealous of the divine feminine within the indigenous and Black communities and the internal power that brings with them. It's one of the reasons that white women are clamoring to appropriate looks and lifestyles that they have been oppressing for centuries. It's also one of the reasons that white women tears are what they are, and the angry Black woman trope works. It makes the white woman the victim, and it covers up the Black woman's power as unjustified anger. I said what I said.
Crazy part for me is you go into the comment section. Yes, definitely you're going to see white people, fighting so hard to debunk all the things that these white people are saying. But something else you would find is white people saying, yes, that's true in the comment section. Like this comment, for example, you are going to see white people like this agreeing to these things that these people are saying. So you understand that, yeah, they are not crazy. And this is something that other white people know. So it's something that they are aware of. So, I used to think, okay, only us know, but then finding out that these people know these things as well is something. So I just wanted to bring this video to you guys, make it more public. A lot was unpacked in this video. I would like to hear your thoughts down below. She said a lot, fam. She said a lot, talking about the white women tears and its origin, literally starting from the home, their foundation. So we've gone from white people don't have souls and have lost their humanity and touched to nature, and that's the reason why they get offended, they get angry when they see us exude the kind of energy that we exude, because they can't replicate it, they don't have it in them. And we've gone from that to white women acting the way they act because of their lack of internal power, and the things that were taught them, that they were taught rather in their homes, like their own upbringing. And I wish I would come by more of these videos. I wish they would keep making this kind of videos, because they are starting to pieces a lot of things together. It's coming together now. It's making a lot of sense.
There are two parts to this message. And the first one is, I understand that creating a bridge of empathy between your experience and the experience of other people is an easier way to create a space to empathize. And the empathy and the concern for that experience is what is going to force you to continue to sit through the discomfort it takes to grow to be a good person. But I need you to understand that you don't have to understand their situation to realize that they're treated differently because of the color of their skin. Okay, you need to stop understanding and empathizing with what happened to Black and Indigenous women and centering yourself in the conversation this way, and just understand that it happened to them, and that should be enough to fight for them. And the other thing is this conversation is not about how white girls have been mean to each other due to white girl things and stuff, but this conversation is how the power structure has led to the and trafficking and the genocide and the sterilization and just the complete constant badgering and oppression of Black women and Indigenous women, and how white women have not only not done anything, but have taught other white women to manipulate that situation so that we look like the biggest victim, but are actually like the least likely victim in this situation. So take a step back and listen to what I've said in this video and think about how it applies to you, and then go back to the last video and think about how that doesn't apply to you. And that's where you should start.
All right, look at this. Look at that. Am I stupid? How? I don't understand. How?
This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is why black women are the blueprint of beauty. And don't get me wrong, I love my white women. But when you try to put lip injections or try to raise your lip line, I don't fuck with that bullshit. You try to dehumanize black women for fucking generations and centuries. Yet, here you are trying to copy and paste them. I love my white women and I've dated white women. But let me tell you one thing, I don't fuck with this shit.
Viking was an occupation. It is not a civilization. It is not a race of people. It's not an ethnicity. 100% pure Viking is like saying, I'm 100% teacher. The Vikings didn't even call themselves Vikings. And it was just a job. Now it's like a time era Viking age between 900 and 1100. And they did have their own culture on the boats as Vikings, as any occupation has their own culture. Like I was a kitchen worker, that has their own culture. But it's not, I mean, you could say it's a community of people, but they had their own individual communities in different countries that they would go back to as like their homelands. And then other people would come and set up the places where they would pillage, and they like, no. It's very weird that people think this, and you should go and speak to people outside of the United States. We don't get to define everyone's history.
So I have two reasons for adding this clip. The first reason is when it comes to the topic of white people wearing dreads, we always see them in the comment section or in videos defending their rights to wear dreads because of the Vikings and how the Vikings is white culture and how their ancestors were Vikings. So they have the right to wear dreads because culturally, dreads is part of white culture, which is the Vikings culture, like they like to put it. So dreads are of significance to white culture because culturally dreads are part of their culture because the Vikings wore dreads. So now it's white culture. And I found that weird because this is a recent thing we are seeing. This is coming from the same people that used to call dress dirty, smelly, all the nasty stuff they had to say about dress. And all of a sudden, the Ragnar, the movie came up, and all of a sudden now we see white people talking about how they are the Vikings. They have the right to wear dress because culturally, the Vikings. I'm like, you were not the Vikings like 20 years ago. Dress was not part of your culture before the Viking movies came, and now all of a sudden because like you guys need to dig and look for your true culture. You are just embarrassing yourself on the internet. And the second reason why I added this clip was when it comes to white culture, I've always asked, what is white people's culture? I've asked that question before because when it comes to the talk of cultural appropriation and all that, the only thing I see white people doing in the comment section in regards to their culture is them telling black people to stop wearing straight hair when literally every other race have straight hair, but white people say straight hair is their culture. Okay. It's also them telling every other race to stop dyeing their hair blonde because blonde hair is their culture. So I've always asked, okay, apart from straight hair and blonde hair, what else is in your culture? And now, with the Vikings coming up and all that, them claiming dread as their culture, they also claim the Vikings culture. And seeing how this white lady just literally crumbled the whole Viking culture thing, called it a profession. She made it into nothing. I'm like, the white people that had this going for them, they're going to be angry at you for this. I mean, if you remove the Vikings, they've been holding on to the Vikings for so long now, for a good amount of time, they've been holding on to it. This is the only thing they had to go to defend whatever culture, wherever for white people. And now you are stripping it away from them. No, they're going to be pissed, lady. Like, they're going to be so mad at you for doing this. I mean, they had the Vikings going. You just had to ruin it. They had the Vikings going, lady. That's all they had. Why would you do something like this? And the comment section, fam, epic. Epic. Anyways, let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do have a lovely day. This is the last day of the month. See you guys in 2022. Have a nice day, fam. Bye.
I invite every person, any person who can hear this, to do exactly what this person did. If you are ever in a situation where a white woman is making you uncomfortable, feel free to use my video, the sound of my video, or anything of my likeness to make them feel awkward as fuck. I'm proud of you.